My name is Terrell Humphrey, and welcome to the Failures Knowledge Podcast. Over the last half a decade, I've produced over 893 podcast episodes, and I'm documenting my journey, and I want to bring you all along the journey to let you know that it's possible, that you can accomplish your dreams. In addition to that, that you can do it. In this episode, in this live, in this podcast stream, here's what we're going to talk about today. So today is my birthday, and we're going to talk about 27 lessons that I have learned while being in life. 27 lessons that I have learned. There we go. 27 lessons that I have learned. And this is going to be a hard one because it's literally 27 different things that I have to talk about. Nonetheless, the 27 things are very, very, very important. So if this is your first time here, get your pen, get your notebook out, because these lessons are lessons that you can start applying today in your life, in your dream, and for everything that you would like to accomplish. So get ready. We're about to go deep in it, and we about to get started. So first thing first. It's a blessing to see another year. It's a blessing to see another day. And I'm very appreciative. So first thing first, lesson number 1 is that you have to dream. And dreaming, so I'm gonna keep this up on the screen the entire video, because there's 27 different things. In case you miss one, go back to it as I'm talking about the next one. Anywho, so dream big. Okay, dream big. When I was a kid, I used to always wanted to dream. And I never knew that I had big dreams. I'm just like, man, I just got a thought. One day I see myself doing something, but I don't know what that something is. Even as a baby, even out the womb, like I was dreaming. You see, it's not the fact that dreaming was bad. I had to grow into the dream. When I started to dream big, growing into the dream helped me learn more about who I'm becoming, why I'm becoming this person, and the things that I would like to accomplish. Dreaming big is more than just saying, I'm going to accomplish this particular goal. I'm going to become this person. When people ask you, what do you want to be in life? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's not the fact that you don't know what you want to be. It's more so that you have to dream of becoming who you would like to be. Hold on. We talking deep with it. See, 27 lessons that I have learned. First thing first, it started with dreaming big. If you're not going to dream, there's a book called The Art of the Deal. I'm a big component in dreaming, big component in doing the work, big component of taking action. On the first page, it literally says, if you're going to dream, why not dream big? And I'm like, what? That's the cheat code? That's all I needed. That's all I needed to read. And that was the only thing that I got from the book. In addition to that, when I started to do that, it helped me like plan for my future. I produced a documentary, and it's called Starting with a Dream. So it's on YouTube. It's free, where you can go watch it and watch the development of my growth and everything that I've been through thus far. Nonetheless, it started with a dream. When you dream big, it starts with a dream. And towards the end of the documentary that I made, I said, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. I'm starting with the dream to show that it's possible. Hold on. When you recognize, hold on. Welcome everybody. Welcome. When you recognize and dreaming big is free. Dreaming is literally free. I did a presentation a while ago, and I was talking about dreaming. Like, I literally was talking about dreaming. And one of the young men that was in the audience, they said, man, you can dream while you up. You can dream when you're not sleeping. He said, man, I thought you could only dream when you're sleeping. I said, man, that's the thing about dreaming, is we have over 60,000 thoughts in our minds. Those are considered dreams. Those are considered thoughts. Those are considered things that we are thinking about. Dreaming is something that you think about becoming. Hold on. Check this out. When you dream big, you gotta do big. But in order to do big, you gotta start taking action. So lesson number one, you have to dream big. Okay. We covered lesson number 1. We're gonna put a little check mark right there so I can remember which one I went over. So lesson number 2. Lesson number 2. This is the most critical thing there ever is. Just because you have dreams, just because you dream big, just because you think you can become different, you have to take action. Hold on. Take action. And over the last half a decade, in fact, my whole entire life, my last 27 years living, I literally learned how to take action. You see, if I wanted to play football, I had to go to pee-wee football practice. If I wanted to get better, I had to keep going to practice. You see, taking action is not just looking at the screen, looking at your phone, and not putting yourself out there. When you take action, you're putting yourself out there. You see, when you put yourself out there, it's okay not to know everything. Yet it's okay. You have to be okay with learning what you need to develop in order for you to grow. You see, taking action helps you learn how to be better. Hold on, I need a sip of water. No. Hold on. Taking action forces you to be better. Why? Because you will learn how to be better. When I started podcasting a half a decade ago, I was not this good. When I went to go speak with other people and learn about their stories, I was not that good. When I started to edit and publish and manage it, I was not that good. But see, being not that good is you taking action because you're learning how to do the skill. Dreaming big is only a thought if you're not willing to take action. When you take action for your dream, eventually your dream that's so big can be broken down to little bits of pieces. Why? Because when you take action, you are dreaming big. When you dream big, the action that you're taking is breaking it down. If I wanted to be a good football player in high school, I had to break down the steps. You see, it wasn't enough just to go to practice when everyone else was practicing. Like when the team was practicing. If I wanted to get better, I had to get the extra reps in. I had to get the extra practice in. I had to do a little bit more. Why? Because taking action causes you to do a little bit more. So what we just went over, first thing first, is that the first lesson that we went over is that you have to dream big. When you dream big, you have to always think about your future. When you think about your future, you have to always do the work for it. And that's the second point that we just talked about. Is taking action. You have to take action in order for your dream to come true. As you take action, you become more confident, you become more wise, you become more experienced. You cannot become wise, experienced, and knowledgeable around everything that you're doing if you're not taking action. Okay. So we just went over dream big for the first one. The second one is take action. Take action. The next one, this is the most, all of them are important. So whenever I go to the next one, say this is the most critical one. All of them are critical, but it's the most critical because it's the point I'm talking about now. Talk to me. Listen. It's the most critical because that's the one I'm focusing on now. Okay. So lesson number 3 is that you have to find mentors, regardless of where you are from, regardless of where you live, regardless of what you do, you have to find a mentor. When I stayed in Little Rock, Arkansas as a kid, my mama put me and my 2 brothers in this program. It's called the OK program. And when we went to this program, I thought it was called a program. See, that program that my mama put us in, she helped us become better young men. Why? Because the men that was there was an example of how to be a man. You see, you can't learn how to be a man if you're not learning from other men. You see, my mama did a phenomenal job raising 3 boys by herself. Nonetheless, in order for a boy to become a man, a boy has to learn from a man. A boy has to watch a man. A boy has to ask a question to a man just to hear how they process their thoughts. When I started to recognize that, hold on, mentors, it's like a cheat code. I did a podcast about this like a while ago. Mentors is a cheat code. See, they are a cheat code because they can teach you a way of life. They can teach you to a way to operate. They can teach you how to dream. You see, if they accomplish something, why can't you accomplish something? It's finding the mentors that will help you grow, that will help you learn, that will help you be more confident in yourself. You see, it's not the fact that confidence is not important. It's more so you have to find your confidence. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. When I left for the Marine Corps, in 2018 and I got out in 2022. During that time, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm trying to figure out my life. And as I'm figuring it out, I'm learning more about myself. When I got out the service and I moved back to Little Rock, Arkansas, I got in contact with one of my middle school football coaches. And when I talked to him, we was catching up. He was like, man, Hump, what's going on? Ironically enough, I saw him when I was going downtown and we just happened to cross paths. And once we crossed paths, it was like, oh, man, coach, what it do? It was more so that he was a mentor as well. You see, that mentor that I didn't recognize was a mentor was someone that wanted the best for me, was someone that encouraged me, was someone that inspired me, there's someone that supported me. You can't grow if you don't have the right people around you. Finding mentors is finding people that care about your journey. When I started to really like be focused in football, I'm like, man, I really got good at it because that was the focus behind it. I wanted to be better. And when I started to find mentors, I became better. Woo, why did I become better? Because they saw the best in me and they pushed me to get the best out. So just to recap what we just talked about so far, I got 24 more to go. Point number 1, you have to dream big. When you dream big, you have to think big. When you think big, you have to do big. The next point that we talked about was taking action. All right, cool. Point number 4. Okay, this one is this is the most critical because it's the one we speaking about now. I didn't recognize how many lessons there was. There's a lot of lessons. Okay, lesson number 4. Hold on. I'm gonna go ask a lot of questions. When you ask a lot of questions, you're showing you're willing to learn. In the middle school, in school, in general. In school, I'm literally the only one to ask questions. And when I reflected back from elementary, middle school, high school, college, afterlife, whatever case is, I'm the one that's been asking a whole bunch of questions. It's not the fact that I'm trying to be annoying. It's more so I'm trying to learn. The learning aspect consists of me doing the work, me taking action. But just because I'm taking action, I have to really understand the action that needs to be taken. So when I ask questions, I gain a better understanding behind what I'm doing and why I'm doing it this particular way. I remember being in college. When I was in college and we was doing algebra, the teacher did some formula on the board. I'm like, bro, what is that? What is going on? What is that? I didn't even know what it was. I asked the question. I asked her, hey, how did you get that? How did you get that formula? I think I missed what you did. Is there a way where you can like explain that further? Because I don't understand what you just did. The fact that teacher, I forgot her name. The fact that teacher came and explained what she did to me, I'm like, oh, asking questions isn't bad. Because the teachers, the professionals, the professors are there to guide you. Hold on. They're there to guide you. And for you to be guided, you got to be the one that raises your hand. It blew my mind because asking questions helped me discover the information that I needed at that moment. When you ask a lot of questions, you receive a lot of information. When you receive a lot of information, you become more wiser. The more wiser you become, the more educated you become. And it's all around asking questions. Excuse me. You never know what the questions is going to ask, but when you ask the questions that you get the answer that's going to be like, whoa, appreciate it. And then you go implement it, and then you go back and tell the person how it helped you. It's like a revolving cycle. You grow through the process, and as you're growing through the process, you have to be okay with asking questions. So we just went over 4 different lessons that I've learned so far in my 27 years. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, this right here is the most critical lesson that there is. And it's the most critical because this is the lesson we're talking about now. It's that you have to change. Oh, you can't even see that right quick. Hold on. All right. Lesson number 5. Change your environment. So I grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas, and Little Rock, Arkansas is not a bad city. It's not a bad state. In addition to that, if I only know Little Rock, Arkansas, I only know Little Rock, Arkansas. But what if I want to experience different parts of the world, different parts of the country, different parts that I've never been to? And I haven't traveled that much. Nonetheless, I lived in different places. Little Rock, Arkansas is my hometown. Little Rock, Arkansas is where my family is at. Little Rock, Arkansas is where I went to high school with people, with a lot of my friends and stuff. It's not the fact that that's bad. Yet, on the contrary, it can be very limited. Okay. When I went to the service, people start asking me where I was from. I start telling them Little Rock, Arkansas. And they proceeded to say Arkansas. I'm like, well, where are you getting Arkansas from? And they was like, well, because it's spelled like Kansas. What are you talking about? It's Arkansas. It's literally Arkansas. My whole life, it's Arkansas. The Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas Razorbacks. They don't say Arkansas Razorback. What is that? And so people start to say Arkansas. I'm like, bro, why you keep saying that? I'm like, bro, why you keep saying it? It's not Arkansas. It's literally Arkansas. And then when people be like, well, you got AR then Kansas. If you remove the AR and just have Kansas, you have Kansas. Like, what are you talking about? It was so confusing. Here's the lesson behind that. It was a different perspective. Some of these people that was from different places, I'm asking them what was it like living there. I'm asking them and learning about their culture, where they're from, and their environment. I didn't know the jokes. That I could say. But I learned the jokes. So every time somebody came to me and said something about some Arkansas and I knew where they from, I had to tell a joke about where they from. When I started to expand my horizon, when I changed my environment, the lessons that I was learning was completely different. Because we're not from the same place. We wasn't raised the same. Well, a lot of people are not raised the same, but we're doing the same exact thing. But anywho, the way you was brought up was completely different on how you got here. When I changed my environment, I learned things that I was not prepared to learn. As I changed my environment, I started to discover what the environment consisted of. As I changed my environment, I learned so much. See, it goes back to point number 4, ask a lot of questions. I started learning about the Hispanic culture, the Dominican culture, I don't know what culture Oregon is, California culture. Like all these different parts of the world I would start to learn about because these people was there. My environment change would help me learn more about them. Okay. When you change your environment, you start to learn something new. Okay. So to recap what we just talked about, we on lesson number 5. Got 22 more lessons to go. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Okay, this one right here. Hold on. Oh, crap. All right, there we go. Lesson number 6. This is the most critical lesson there is because this is the lesson we are speaking about now. Lesson number 6. Get educated. Educated. Get educated. Okay. The reason why this is a lesson, I'm not just talking about going to college. I'm not just talking about doing a trade job. I'm not just talking about it just to get educated, but from the regular way. What I'm saying, how I'm saying it, is when you get educated in life, you start to learn different life experiences. When I started to recognize and learn what I was doing, it started to help me understand that there is a lot of things that I do not know. And there's a saying that says you don't know what you don't know. In addition to that, I make this one up. You don't know what you don't know. And then when you find out you don't know what you don't know, you want to learn what you don't know. Why? Because what you don't know is a lot more than what you do know. Education does not consist of just only going to college. Going to college is good. Big fan of it. My mama, who raised 3 boys by herself, has 9 degrees. That's a lot of school. Nonetheless, her getting educated, her becoming knowledgeable, her gaining the wisdom encouraged me to learn about life. Not just, with degrees, but like how to actually fail. How to fail, not in life, but at trying things. The more I fail, the more I learn. The more I learn, the more I get educated. The more I get educated, the more wisdom I have. So really, failure isn't bad. Failure is knowledge. Like that plug in. Hold on. That was a good plug in, coach. Coach is crazy. I digress. When you get educated, you're learning something new. They have books. They got podcasts. Hold on. They got books, podcasts, social media. They got in-person influence, or not in-person influencers. People doing like different things. There are a lot of information out there. They even got AI where you can literally search up the information that you want to do. It's not the fact that the information is there. It's that you have to identify what you would like to learn. When I start learning about business, there's this site called Verizon Wireless for small business owners or something like that. And they have courses on there where it literally teaches you different things. There's another platform called Udemy.com where they have courses on there that teach you different things. They have another website called Coursera or something like that, where you can go in there and watch the courses. They have they got different places where you can go and learn different things. Getting educated is not just going to school. Getting educated is learning new information. When you learn new information, you become different. You become confident. I got a lot of books back here. Disclaimer, I haven't read all of them. I read some of them, but not all of them. Information is there, and you have to go out and get educated. When you get educated, now you start to learn something different. So we just went over 6 different lessons that I learned in my 27 years of life. This one is dream big. Next one is take action. Number 3 is find mentors. Number 4, ask a lot of questions. Number 5, change your environment. Number 6, and help. So what this is, I meant to say this example earlier, but this example was actually perfect timing. So when I left to get educated, to experience something new, to join the service and join the Marine Corps, I was learning about what I wanted to do. In addition to serving the country, I wanted to learn and find my passion. During that process, what did I say? Reach back and help. When I went back and visited Little Rock, Arkansas, the OK program that I went to, the high school that I attended, I didn't go to the middle school. I should have. I didn't go to the elementary. I should have. Nonetheless, I had to start somewhere. So I started at the program that I was already familiar with, and I went back to volunteer. When you reach back and help, you're reaching back to volunteer. You're reaching back to give time. You're reaching back to like inspire other people. I tell you this, that right there taught me so much information because it literally helped me understand what I was doing. As I started to understand what I was doing, I was like, what value can I bring? I understand the value that I can bring for other people, for other young people, for people that's in the same situation that I was in. It's not the fact that I'm not able to do that. It's more so I didn't recognize the importance of doing that. In the service, we about to go hiking, and when there's a gap, when people are not as close as they need to, and the gap starts to extend, the line starts to extend, and it breaks up. The drill instructor who is over us, that's his name, drill instructor, or the title, they look and they say, reach back and touch somebody. Reach back and touch somebody is you closing the gap. When you close the gap, you're literally reaching back and touching somebody. Hold on, can you see my arm? Hold on. You're reaching back and touching somebody, because when you touch somebody, you encourage somebody. When you touch somebody, you inspire somebody. When you touch somebody, you motivate somebody. Because when the gap is closing, you can now move together. You can now move together. And when you reach back and help somebody, you're reaching back and volunteering. You're reaching back and giving your time. You're reaching back and doing all these different things. Is it really live? It is really live. Caron, man, I appreciate you for asking. It is really live. And we just talked about lesson number seven, which is reach back and help. Because you have some level of education experience that a lot of people don't have. So to recap what we just talked about, because we got 20 more lessons to go. Or is it pre-recorded? No, it's not pre-recorded. Look, it's not pre-recorded. I just read your comment, bro. 27 lessons that I have learned. Lesson number 1 is dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Okay, we just went over 7. Reach back and help. Lesson number 8. This is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson we're speaking about today, right now. So lesson number 8, this one. Oh, man. 27 lessons is crazy. Hold on, I got hold on. There we go. I got it now. Lesson number 8, be grateful. There's a song when I started to make YouTube videos and I started to cook. Karan, let me know where you chiming in from. Like, where you from, bro? When I started making YouTube videos, I started cooking, right? And in some of the movies, they have the song, yes, I'm hopeful, yes, I am. And then that song, right? I'm like, ooh, I want that song. I was like, how can I get that song? I literally learned how to put that song on my video or as the introduction or something like that. And I literally, I hit play. I was like, ooh, that's it. But this time I'm telling my story. This time I'm telling what I'm doing. This time it's like, yes, I'm hopeful. See, grateful is understanding that you have to be grateful for what you have. When growing up, my mama used to always say, she used to give like different statistics like different data when like, how do I describe it? Different statistics of people at a certain age are either in jail, jail, prison. I think jail and prison the same thing. Dead or something. Like, I can't remember all the stats. And she used to often say that we have 2 strikes against us. We're black men or black young men during the time. Hello, we are men and we are black boys. And it was confusing to me. I'm like, well, why is that a threat? Like, how is that a strike? When you go out to the world, a lot of people are not able to make it to where you are at. And when I started to recognize like what she was actually talking about, man, I literally remember being 16, 17 people are passing away around my age. People who were 14 and 15 passing around my age. People who were 21, I was 21. People are passing around my age. Every day I get up, I'm grateful. Because there's odds. I forgot the numbers. I forgot the statistics. But it's a certain percentage that make it to 17, 18, 19, 20, and so on. So it's like if you're a man and black, the numbers like decrease or whatnot. And as I got older, I became more grateful. Every day is another blessing to be grateful for. And I started to be grateful for every day that I have, because every day is what is it called? What is that saying? Um every day is not something. Every day is not promised. There you go. Every day is not promised. And so Karan say, hi, life has been really harsh and crap. Okay, let's not cuss. For the last 2 years for me, I fell in love, but she rejected me. I wanted to study finance and commerce, but my parents forced me to study science. Nothing gets in my brain. Karan, man, I appreciate you for sharing that. It sounds like you're going through a phase of life where you're learning more about yourself. And hopefully this video is helping you identify that you're on the right path, because you're taking action, you're learning. And what I can advise is never forget about what you want to do. Because I started in kinesiology and physical therapy, bro. I didn't recognize there was a lot of signs in there. I said, man, I ain't about to do all this. And it's not the fact that science was hard. Well, it was hard. I just didn't like to do it. So I had to do what was best for me. So hopefully that helps with you, bro. Thank you for sharing that, man. So be grateful. You never know. Every day is not promised, but the days that are promised, you have to be grateful for those. And I started to really be grateful for everything that I'm doing. And it's like, man, like every day I wake up, I say thank you. I don't answer that. I just say thank you. 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 Gratefulness is really demonstrating your level of awareness. All right, so we just went over lesson number 8. I think I'm gonna have to do a part 2, because this is a lot. 27 lessons is crazy. Okay, and I forgot my charger. Oh man. All right, lesson number 9. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try to be quick. Lesson number 9. All right, let me just look at it, make sure I'm not being repetitive. Dream big, take action, find mentors, ask a lot of questions, change your environment, get educated, help, reach back and help, be grateful. Karan, shout out to you, bro. You just helped me think about this. Be okay with failure. You have to be okay with failure. And failure is not bad. Failing is not bad. Failure is helping you learn. Failure is helping you gain the knowledge. Failure is knowledge, because you're able to grow within yourself. Don't be afraid to fail, because the more you are able to learn, the more you're able to grow. I failed so many different times in my life. And every failure is, I get in my head like, man, was this actually planned? How am I failing this much? And like, how am I failing this many times? And it wasn't until I recognized that failure is actually helping me gain the confidence. If I'm willing to do something multiple different times, that means I'm learning how to do it. If I'm willing to take the military test multiple different times, that means I'm learning how to take the test. If I'm willing to take the driver written test multiple different times, that means I'm learning the information. And so much information is there, yet I failed a lot, and I never let failure discourage me. I've always found a way to get back up, because the more you get up, the more you learn. But you have to get up to learn the lesson that happened in order for you to get knocked down. Getting knocked down is not the end of the world. It's finding new ways to help you get back up. It's either asking for help. It's either seeking mentors. It's actually either putting yourself out there that will help you gain the confidence to get up on your own. So be okay with failure. Karan says, I'm going to pass out this year. I'm an aspire. Thank you. Oh, can you grab mine out the bag? It makes the computer staticky. Okay, I digress. Karan, again, appreciate you for sharing that, bro. If you write, you just put your album out. Hey, bro, keep writing. You say you don't know how to promote it, your own social media promoting it now. You just have to be okay with not getting a lot of attention from it now, but put it out, man. Listen, put it out there. I told my wife that I'm recently started to learn about music, and I'm learning the basics behind it. So when I start to put beats together, it's like, man, this is something that I actually enjoyed. I'm listening to examples, and I asked someone who's in music, like, what do I need to have? Like, he's literally been doing music for a long for a long time. I mean, in fact, her brother. And what he said made me really think about the information. It was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. And so you're doing good, bro. So don't be so hard on yourself. You just gotta continue to do what you're doing in order for you to make it out. So be okay with failure. Thank you. Be okay with failure because you never know the lessons that you're going to learn. All right, hold on. Is lesson number 9. Man, I got 11 more lessons. Lesson number 9. Oh, man. This seemed like a good idea at first, but 26, 10, 17, 18. Okay. 18. Okay. We're going to get it started. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not. 5 mentors. Ask a lot of questions, change your environment, get educated, reach out, reach back, help, be grateful, be okay with failure. This is the most critical lesson there is because this is the one we are speaking about now. Lesson number 10 is to change how you think. I wrote a book in 2023 and it's called Master Your Mind, 10 Tips to Shift Your Mindset. And in this book, I talk about my journey of figuring out myself, what I went through, what I experienced, and the lessons that I've learned. Changing what I thought helped me understand that I was thinking differently. But to think different, I had to do different. But to do different, I had to be different. Changing what you think is literally changing the way you see yourself. It's changing your perspective. It's changing how you perceive failure and recognize that failure is just an opportunity for you to grow. Opportunity gets created every time you step out there. As you step out there, you are challenging yourself. So you have to be okay with changing the way you think, because the way you think, the way you think creates limitation of what you can achieve. There's a book called The Power of the Positive Mind. I think that's the book, something about positive mind. But instead of thinking about the worst case scenario, but what about the best case scenario? Think about the best case scenario that can happen, not just the worst case scenario. So say thanks, man. I appreciate it. This stream was the best thing I came across today. Wish you the best. I'm gonna have to leave. I have exams. Thanks, man. Hey, man, you doing good, bro. And don't be so hard on yourself. Continue to write, bro. If you just started writing or you've been writing for a long time, keep writing. Like, don't stop writing. Keep putting your music out. Keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you will figure out what you would like to do because you're learning more about yourself. So again, I appreciate you for coming on, bro. So change how you think. When you change how you think, you're thinking positive about yourself. You're thinking positive about the work that you do. You're thinking positive about the outcome. And in reality, you're going to start to see a shift within yourself. So lesson number 10. All right, so let's just recap what we just talked about so far, because we got 18 more, 17 more to go. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11. By the way, these are a lot of lessons. I might have to write a book from this. Lesson number 11. Find opportunity. Well, Terrell, how do you know what opportunity look like? Well, Terrell, I'm not sure if I can have opportunities. Or Terrell, I'm unaware of the opportunities that are created. Let me tell you something right quick. Hold on. No one is going to come to you and give you the opportunity that you're looking for. I'll give you a prime example. Hold on. When I started my podcast, I was like, man, when I started Fair John's podcast, I was like, oh, I got a goal. What if I just figure out how to like put myself out there? And when I start podcasting, interviewing people, I start reaching out to people. People didn't reach out to me first. When I started to create the opportunities, I'm literally stepping out into faith. As I step out and to do the work, as I step out and take the action, I don't know if it's going to work, but the opportunity only gets created if I step out and take action. If I take the action, I do the work. If I do the work, opportunity comes. I remember this one time when I was trying to figure out what I was doing in the business I was in. I literally remember doing videography. And when I did videography, I remember this one time I was working with this person I wasn't a client because I wasn't getting paid. Nonetheless, I was working and she was like, she had this opportunity and it's in this location. Are you available? I didn't even talk to my wife about it. I said, yes, I'm available. Why? Because the opportunity came because I put myself out there. It wasn't the fact that the opportunity came because I didn't put myself out there. If I didn't put myself out there, that opportunity would not have came. I'll tell you this. Hold on. I'll tell you this right quick. It's not the fact that the opportunity was the thing that I was missing. As I started to take the chance, as I started to take the risk, I put myself out there. I created the opportunity that magically fell into my lap. When it fell into my lap, I'm like, man, how did that happen? How did that happen? Because I found that opportunity. I didn't let that opportunity find me. I went out searching for that opportunity, and the opportunity, the door just happened to open when I started to explain what I was doing. Hold on. All right, so to go back over the 11 lessons that we just talked about, lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 11, lesson number 12. This is the most critical lesson there is because this is the lesson we're talking about now. Lesson number 12 is this one. Okay, you ready? You ready? Ask for feedback. Feedback is so important because you don't know something is working unless somebody says something is working. As I started the podcast production business, I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to do, how to go about doing it, and just learning. I'm just learning. As I started to learn, I started to see a shift. The shift that I started to have was that instead of me trying to figure out everything by myself, what if I just ask questions? Oh, wait, it goes back to one of the lessons that I talked about earlier. Ask a lot of questions. Questions are feedback. Feedback is gaining knowledge. Oh, you're seeing what's working and what's not working. In business, you have to see what's working, what's not working, do more of what's working. I did a podcast about that a couple of days ago, and it was like, man, I wish I would have known that because I would never change everything. But I'm glad I changed everything because I know how to change everything back. You see, it's the feedback. It's what people would say to me. It's how they respond. It's what they're listening to. That's the difference. That's the shift. That's the change. And I started to recognize I was owning something. I was owning something because it was something that I asked feedback about. Ask for feedback. Most critical thing that there is. Okay, so man, oh man, listen. All right, so we just completed 12. So 27 lessons I've learned so far. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Hold on. Lesson number 13, This is the most critical lesson there is because this is the lesson that we're talking about now. Lesson number 13, hold on, apply the information. I know we talked about taking action, applying the information is similar. In addition to that, when you get educated, let's just say in 2022, I read 22 books about real estate. I didn't apply the lessons that was in the book because if I would have, I would have closed more transactions. I would have closed more deals. I would close more real estate wholesaling deals. But since I didn't apply the action, I was taking action, but it was inconsistent. I was doing it every now and then. I wasn't doing it every day. I wasn't reaching out to the same amount of people that I needed to. So applying the information is literally doing the steps, doing the work. When you apply the information, you are learning how to do it consistently. In order for you to do it consistently, you have to apply the information. Okay, hold on. That right there was so overwhelming because I'm like, how do you apply the information? I'll tell you this. When I got serious with the podcast production business, with Faye John's podcast, getting guests on, I'm like, oh, okay. The reason why I haven't had a lot of guests on because I haven't been applying the information. I know what to do. I'm not applying it. As I'm not applying it, I see the difference. Like, what if I just have a podcast guest on every single day, inform them of the conversation, be in communication with them, and what if I just continue to do that? Then, as I'm helping multifamily investors build their brand through podcasting, I can literally rinse and repeat. I'm applying the information because the information is already there. As simple as that sounds, I know I need to do that. And so now that I know I need to do that, I've been going live more frequently. I've been doing more podcasts more frequently. You see, it's applying the information consistently that makes a difference. Consistency is what the information comes from because when it's applied, it's literally like put together. It's like it's so mind blowing. It's so mind blowing. So to recap the last 13 points, we got 14 more to go. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Okay, we on 13, now we on 14. This is the most critical lesson there is because this is the lesson we're speaking about now. Okay. Lesson number 14, get around a community. And by community, this goes back to mentors. This goes back to the other lesson with change your environment. Yeah, change your environment and finding mentors. This is like a combination of them. Get around a community. A community is so critical to have because when I played football, everyone was playing football. When I played football, everyone was lifting weights. When I played football, everyone was running to be in shape for the game. Before the game even comes, you got to be prepared for it. When you get around a community, you're preparing to grow together. And so that was one of my biggest challenges. Like when I got out the service, I'm like trying to figure out what I'm doing, how to go about doing it, and like really figuring it out. And as I started to like really figure it out, I'm like, man, this is a lot. Nonetheless, that community aspect was no longer there because I was out the Marine Corps. I wasn't playing football anymore. I wasn't playing sports. But then as I started to find a new community, I was like, oh, that's it. The business community, oh, that's it. We're all going through the same problem and challenges, but it's the community aspect that don't make you feel alone. If I would have known that I would have been found a community. But when you get around the right community, that community helps you grow. So we on lesson number 14. All right, just to recap. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around a community. Get around a community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. To have a plan, it means that you have a thought process behind what you want to do. When you have a plan, it can be adjusted. When you have a plan, it can be changed. When you have a plan, you can pivot. Whereas if you don't have a plan, you can't change anything. If you don't have a plan, you can't update anything. If you don't have a plan, you can't pivot anything. Having a plan gives you a place to start. When you have a place to start, you can literally start. The plan might change along the way, and when it's changing, you have to be okay with that. When I started the podcast production business and it got more clear around that it can be a business, I'm like, well, how? How can it be a business? It can be a business because it's helping you build your brand. Your brand is only built through you putting yourself out there, you educating people, you inspire people, you motivating people. And it took me a while to really understand like the importance of social media, the importance of marketing, the importance of sales, the importance of finances, the importance of a system in the business. It's not the fact that it's not valuable. It's more so the information that's there has to be understood. When you create a plan, the information that you have only comes from the plan and action that you're taking today. As you take the action, you are learning. As you take the action, you are growing. As you take the action, you are learning what you are doing. But you have to have a plan in order for your plan to be changed. So 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around the community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, we got 11 more to go. Is that 11? 15, 16, 12 more to go. We got 12 more to go. What's going on? Appreciate you for coming in. We got 12 more to go. Okay. Lesson number 16. Okay. Let's see. This is actually hard. I'm like 16. I got a few more to go. Okay, hold on. Oh, 16. Lesson number 16. Find your passion. Okay, this one is so important. It's so important. It's so important because this is the lesson that we're talking about today. Hold on. I went to this event. It was called the Sparring Incubator, and before I joined, I had went to. Before I got accepted this time around, my first time around, I didn't get accepted, which was absolutely okay. Nonetheless, one of the people that was there, I actually did a podcast with him, and he explained his name. I don't know if I should say his name, but I would. I got to confirm. Nonetheless, I did the podcast with him, and he proceeded to say, you have to find your passion. If you find your passion, you'll never work a day in your life. And I'm like, why won't you work a day in your life if you find your passion? He said, because it's something that you love to do. Then he's with his son, himself. And I'm like, oh, if you find your passion, you never work a day in your life. But what does that actually mean? When you find something that you enjoy doing without getting paid, when you get paid from it, you already enjoy doing it. And it blew my mind. It blew my mind. Hold on. TikTok Live had me do something on there. It blew my mind. It blew my mind because it was so simple. When you find your passion, you find the thing that you love to do, and then do it every single day. And then when you do it every single day, you get better. When you find your passion, you find the thing that you are able to focus on. And when you're able to focus on it, you're able to do it every single day. When you do it every single day, it only comes from you identifying what your passion is. Okay. So we almost done. So just to go back over the lessons that we have so far. Lesson number 1, you have to dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around a community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17 is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson that we're talking about now. Focus. There's a song that say, can you focus on me? You gotta focus on what you would like to do. You see, when I decided to have a podcast production business, I literally focused on what problem am I solving, who can I solve it for, and really do it every single day. Guess what? As I show me podcasting, my customers, my ideal customers who see me podcasting will eventually say, I want a podcast. It blew my mind. Why? Because there's steps to it. There are steps to the madness. And here's how I knew I found the focus. I was editing a video. I was putting it together. I just had the editing software up, and I was editing. And one of my buddies that came to me was like, you edit? You know how to edit videos? I was like, yeah. Like, I just got done editing the podcast. I was like, if you don't mind, I can show you the podcast Shirley if you like. He said, yeah, man, I'd absolutely love to see it. I showed him. He was like, man, this is really good. This is really good. In my mind, I'm like, what's good about it? Like, I just thought I was doing the skill. What I was really doing is that I was demonstrating that focus. I was demonstrating how focused I've been around podcasting, around podcast production. When I help multifamily investors build their brand through podcasting, you're not just building your brand randomly. You're literally building your brand based off a system that's actually working. And it blew my mind. It blew my mind because I have the focus. Now that I have the focus, I understand what I'm doing. But now that I understand what I'm doing, I have to do it more often. God, I hurt my finger. Ow, that hurt. I just hit the bone. All right, so we just completed lesson number 17. And just to go back over last 17, we got 10 more to go. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around a community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Now we just went over lesson number 17, which is focus. Lesson number 18, hold on, this right here is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson we're talking about today. Be consistent. Consistency pays off. Over the last half a decade, I produced over 893 podcast episodes. In addition to that, I'm like, well, I understand how it can be a business. I don't even recognize why it can be a business. But check this out. As I started to learn the BIN, which is brand development, I started to recognize, like, wait, hold on. This can actually build your brand. Podcasting can build your brand because it's a place where people can learn more about you. It blew my mind. It blew my mind because it was so simple. On the contrary, I had to recognize the consistency. The consistency pays off. The consistency is what people pay attention to. The consistency is what matters. When I started half a decade ago, I started in real estate wholesaling. Then I went to surplus funds. And then I went to cooking videos. Then I went to podcasts. Like, I was doing so many different things. You call this the shiny object syndrome. That means you go from idea to concept, idea to concept, idea to concept. Like, you're always starting over. When you're consistent, you're no longer starting over. You're starting with where you are at and continue to do it. I did a podcast with a recruiter, and he mentioned, he said he had a mentor that told him this. He said, once you get into recruiting, once you get into recruiting, stay in recruiting. And I asked him, I was like, why did he say that? He said, because you never know what you're going to learn, yet you have to do it every single day so you can learn something new. Oh, when he said that, I said, it just finally made sense. Because I heard, when you get into business, stay into business, because you never know what you're going to learn. Same concept, just different words. So, we just completed lesson number 18. Sherry, what's going on, Sherry? I just put a filter on. How do you take this filter off? I don't know how to take that filter off. Anywho, I digress. Anywho, so what we're going to do is go over the last lessons that we just went over. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around the community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. 18-7. How many is that? 18-7. Is that? I know my mouth ain't that bad now. 18. Hello. 27. I think it's 9. 27 minus 18. Yeah, it's 9. I know I wasn't tripping. Okay. 9 more to go. 9 more to go. Okay, hold on. I gotta take a little break. Hold on. You're starting to get hot. It's starting to get hot. Okay. Okay. 18. We're on lesson number 19 now. Okay. Whoever came up with this idea was genius. Lesson number 19. This is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson that we are talking about today. And I just thought about this one. Take a break. Okay? Take a break. Okay? Okay. I'm back to it. Taking a break is so important. And I'm actually learning this because I just be on the go. I just trying to figure this out. And I give myself grace a lot, but taking a break is like, man, I need to go do this work. I need to go work. Shout out to my wife, because she be like, I want to leave the house. If it wasn't for her, thank you, honey. If it wasn't for her, I would be at the house working. Taking a break is so important because it helps you stop thinking about what you are currently doing. And I didn't recognize the importance of breaking, yet breaking is even more important the more you are consistent. And so when you're breaking, you're learning how to like make time for yourself, work out, take a break, watch videos, all these different things. And so when you do that, you're learning how to take a moment. You're learning how to pause. You're learning how to recognize like, hey man, you're doing good, but it's okay to slow down if you want to. A lot of people be like, man, I don't think you hear me. I did in my documentary, Started with the Dream documentary. You can actually watch that on YouTube on Failure's Knowledge podcast, Failure's Knowledge profile. And shout out to Mr. Michael. He was my realtor, and in addition to that, he was the sergeant major of the Marine Corps. And when in the documentary, he was like, man, I don't even think you human. I said, I don't either. Some of the stuff I be doing, it be surprising me. I'm like, man, I just did that and it worked and da. But in reality, it's like, man, when you figure it out, you just got to keep doing it, but you have to take a break every now and then. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Okay. So we on lesson number 19. We got 8 more to go. Oh, we got 8 more to go. Okay. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around a community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. Lesson number 19, take a break. Lesson number 20, this is the most critical lesson there is, because this is a lesson we are speaking about now. I want to make sure I didn't write this down, because this one is going to be good. Take action. Okay. We talked about taking action, but this time we're going to say take calculated risk. Take calculated risk. Okay, what does that mean? Excuse me. Before I joined the Marine Corps, before I played football, before my injury healed, because I tore my ACL and my meniscus, so I had to learn how to walk, run, jump, and do all that. How do you turn this filter off? That filter is so annoying. But anywho, there are steps to that. Okay. I had to learn how to walk again, sit down again, and do all these different things. The risk that I was taking was calculated. It was calculated because I went to a physical therapist. The physical therapist gave me exercises to do, and it was really painful. Nonetheless, that was really painful, and yet I still did them. I still accomplished them. I literally remember one exercise. I had to lay on my stomach on the end of the bed, like lay halfway on the bed. Hello, lay halfway on the bed. This my stomach, whatever. But my leg had to be laid down, like to the point where the gravity can just pull my legs down. That was so uncomfortable because I had to put a weight around it that pulled my leg down. And gravity did it, but with the extra weight, it really did it. That hurt a lot. That hurt so bad. But that was calculated. That was calculated because my physical therapist told me to do something. When I did it, I saw the results. When you take risks for yourself, it has to be calculated because you never know where you're going to go. In addition to that, you never know how it's going to go. Every opportunity that you take, you have to take the risk, yet it has to be calculated based off the action that you're doing. Okay, so we just covered, and we're going to recap again. So we just talked about lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 3, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 4. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around a community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. Lesson number 19, take a break. Lesson number 20, take calculated risk. Okay. We on 21. 21. What's 9 plus 10? 21. This is the most critical lesson there is because this is the lesson we are talking about now. And it's half fun. Have fun. Okay, the journey itself is already hard. Like, don't try to go beat yourself up and be like, man, like I'm not doing nothing right. But find the enjoyment behind your journey. Find the lessons behind it. One thing that I've learned, although I failed a lot, that I've had so much fun. Everything that I'm doing, I'm learning a lot. And then when it starts to make sense, I'm like, I figured it out. It finally makes sense. It makes sense because I'm having fun. It might seem stressful. There are moments when there's overwhelming. There's moments when I'm not sure of what I'm doing. Nonetheless, that's absolutely okay. I don't have to know what I'm doing. I'm having fun in the process. In the process, I'm learning. In the process, I'm applying the information. In the process, I'm just becoming a better person overall. I'm having fun. You never know where this fun is going to lead to. So have fun in the moment, because the moment is what matters today. So let's get it. Let's get it. Lesson number 21 just completed. We just talked about having fun. Just to recap again, lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around the community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. Lesson number 19, take a break. Lesson 20, take calculated risk. Check. Lesson 21, have fun. We got 6 more. Lesson number 22 is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson we are talking about now. Take a lot of notes. I've taken so many different notes, and when I refer back to it, it's like it's game changing, because now it's like, oh, this is something that I remember. I have a lot of notebooks in there, and I can just go and search something up. I'm like, oh, that's it. Read it. I'm like, that's important. When you take notes, you are jotting down the information that's important to you. Jotting down the information that's important will help you identify how to make the importance count. When you do this, taking notes becomes second nature, because every time I go somewhere, either it be church, either it be event, either it be a conference, either it be a network event, I have a notebook in hand, because in case somebody starts speaking, I want to write stuff down. Taking notes helps me remember the information, because I can literally refer back to it. I can literally go to the moment, go to the notebook, and find the information I'm looking for. Sometimes I can't find it. Sometimes I do find it. And when I do find it, it's because it's already written down. So what we just talked about, we on lesson number 22. We just completed lesson number 22. And we talked about lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around the community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. Lesson number 19, take a break. Lesson number 20, take calculated risk. Lesson number 21, have fun. Lesson number 22, take a lot of notes. That's notes. Take a lot of notes. Lesson number 23, it's the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson we are speaking about now. I just had it. Oh, put yourself out there. 23, put yourself out there. Okay. I watched a video yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And it was in regards of me doing a 90-day challenge. And I was on my third 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business. And when I listened to it, I'm like, wow, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. And just because I didn't know what I was doing doesn't mean I couldn't learn how to do it. When you're putting yourself out there, you're literally challenging yourself. When you're putting yourself out there, you're literally identifying what you don't know. When you put yourself out there, you're learning what to do. And when you put yourself out there, people start to watch your journey. People start to watch you grow. And people have been watching me grow for a long time because I'm putting myself out there. I'm putting the failures out there. I'm putting the successes out there. I'm doing the work so people can learn more about everything that I'm doing. Put yourself out there so people can start learning about everything that you're doing. So everything that you are doing comes from you putting yourself out there. Okay. We got 4 more to go. And we almost done. All right, so just to recap. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around the community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. Lesson number 19, take a break. Lesson 20, take calculated risks. Lesson 21, have fun. Lesson 22, take a lot of notes. Lesson 23, put yourself out there. Lesson 24 is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson we're talking about today. Okay. This one right here is important. Hold on. All of them are important, but since we're talking about 24, it's important. Okay. Okay. Plan for best and worst case scenario. For best and worst case scenario. So with this is an example of this. I've always been positive, and I've always forgot to plan about the worst case scenario. I'm the complete opposite of everybody, because I think positively about everything that I do. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to make sense. I think I'm going to make it work. Nonetheless, I always forget about the worst case scenario, because I don't want to let the worst case scenario stop me from figuring it out. In addition to that, as I start to figure it out, it's like, well, just keep doing it. Okay. Okay. As I started to see the shift, I was like, that's what I was been missing this whole time. Plan for the best and the worst case scenarios. The worst case scenarios can happen. I'm in college for business management, and they talked about like tornado drills, fire drills, and we actually had one. I was like, huh. Somebody said this. I don't know who said this. I was like, well, when you was in elementary school, they had tornado if this customer is not or cancel the podcast episode. What can I do? Okay, no problem. Send them rescheduling. What if this the customer that I'm looking to work with refunds their money? Okay, no problem. It's just send them money. I literally remember working with my first customer, and the payment did not go through multiple different times. It was so overwhelming. I'm like, why is this not working? Why is this not working? But that's a challenge that I did not prepare for, because I didn't even know to prepare for it. Nonetheless, I understood that best case scenarios come with worst case scenarios, but to be prepared consists of you planning ahead. So we just went over lesson 24. We're almost done. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson number 12, ask for feedback. Lesson number 13, apply the information. Lesson number 14, get around community. Lesson number 15, create a plan. Lesson number 16, find your passion. Lesson number 17, focus. Lesson number 18, be consistent. Lesson number 19, take a break. Lesson number 20, take calculated risks. Lesson number 21, have fun. Lesson number 22, take a lot of notes. Lesson number 23, put yourself out there. Lesson 24, plan for the best and worst case scenarios. Lesson 25. Oh man, I almost skipped one. Lesson 25. It's the most critical lesson there is, because this is the one we're talking about now. 25, 26, 27. Okay, 25. The last three. Finish. Oh, wait, that's the wrong lesson. 25. Finish strong. Finish strong is so important, because it's like it's running a marathon. Nipsey Hussle's a famous rapper. He passed away a couple years ago. And he proceeded to say, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And as I get older, everything that you're doing is about the journey. The destination will come, yet the journey will help you be prepared for the destination. And I had to break it down to myself so I can understand it. But you're really just growing into your success, growing into yourself, growing into what you like to do. And so you have to go through the process. You have to go through the journey. And when you are going through the process, finish strong. Because the way you finish is the way people remember. And the way people remember is based off you committing to the process. The commitment is what people pay attention to. And that alone is what it will help you finish strong. So this is great because I'm on lesson number 25. Got 2 more to go after this. And it's like, man, 27 lessons is a lot of lessons. I'm like, whoever thought of this was a genius. Nonetheless, there are things that has to be considered when you are alone in your journey. It's not overnight. It's not overnight success. There are moments where you're succeeding, but the moments are very, very, very small in according to the journey. The journey is what pays. It makes a difference because the difference comes when you finish it strong. So, 2 more to go. Lesson number 1, dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, find opportunity. Lesson 12, ask for feedback. Lesson 13, apply the information. Lesson 14, get around the community. Lesson 15, create a plan. Lesson 16, find your passion. Lesson 17, focus. Lesson 18, be consistent. Lesson 19, take a break. Lesson 20, take calculated risk. Lesson 21, have fun. Lesson 22, take a lot of notes. Lesson 23, put yourself out there. Lesson 24, plan for the best in worst case scenarios. Lesson 25, finish strong. Lesson 26 is the most critical lesson there is because this is a lesson that we're talking about now. Okay, right here. Lesson number 26. I literally just had it. I just had it. It wasn't finished strong. It was I just had it. Lesson number 6. Make small adjustments. Make small adjustments. Not big adjustments, small adjustments. My biggest thing when I got feedback is that I would change everything. I'm like, man, I got to change everything because it's not working. In reality, it is working. I just didn't recognize how well it was working. And so that alone is helping me identify how to do it more consistently. It's not the fact that it wasn't working. It's like, well, I just didn't give it time to. I was changing everything. I was adjusting everything. But what if I just adjust what didn't work? What if I just adjust the thing that stopped a lot of people from actually learning more about? What if I just focus on that? Make small adjustments is helping you identify how to do it more consistently, how to do what's working even more consistent. So that way you have a proven track record. You have a proven method. Make small adjustments. Don't change what's working. Excuse me. Change what's not working. And when I started to really apply that, I was like, oh, that's why. If I'm getting people reach out to me to go on a podcast, the low hanging fruit in business is the thing that a lot of people would like to do is the podcast. So if I show the podcast, people will learn about the podcast. If I talk about the podcast, people will like to be and have their own podcast. But what if I just focus primarily on podcasts, social media, webinars? I can literally webinar feed the podcast feed social media feed webinar. Simple. But it took me a long time to get that simple because I was doing everything. Make small adjustments to what's working instead of what's not working, because when it's not working, make it work by making small adjustments. So that was oh my God, that was an important lesson that I had to learn. And so we just talk about make small adjustments. To recap again, Lesson number 1, you got to dream big. Lesson number 2, take action. Lesson number 3, find mentors. Lesson number 4, ask a lot of questions. Lesson number 5, change your environment. Lesson number 6, get educated. Lesson number 7, reach back and help. Lesson number 8, be grateful. Lesson number 9, be okay with failure. Lesson number 10, change how you think. Lesson number 11, ask for feedback. Lesson 13, apply the information. Lesson 14, get around the community. Lesson 15, create a plan. Lesson 16, find your passion. Lesson 17, focus. Lesson 18, be consistent. Lesson 19, take a break. Lesson 20, take calculated risk. Lesson 21, have fun. Lesson 22, take a lot of notes. Lesson 23, put yourself out there. Lesson 24, plan for best and worst case scenarios. Lesson 25, finish strong. Lesson 26, make small adjustments. Lesson 27 is the most critical lesson there is, because this is the lesson we're talking about today. Right now. Celebrate your wins. And there's a song, celebration time. That's it. You get the reference. Celebrate your wins. You see, these lessons are life lessons that I've experienced over the last 27 years. It's something that a lot of people miss. When you celebrate your wins, you're recognizing your growth. When you're recognizing your growth, you are understanding more about what you're doing. As you understand what you're doing, check this out. You got to celebrate your wins. DJ Khaled say, all I do is win. And what I'm saying, all you got to do is celebrate. Celebration comes from you working hard. Celebration is due to your commitment. Celebration is a reward based off you understanding the path that you are on. You never know the difference that you're going to make, but you have to be okay with making a difference for yourself. See, the 27 lessons that I've learned have helped me be where I'm at today. The last lesson number 27 for 27 years, is to celebrate your wins. This is a celebration. This is a moment to celebrate, because it's something that you work hard for. It's something I've worked hard for, but you don't understand why you're celebrating. Let me tell you why you're celebrating: because you worked hard. Celebrate your wins, and you will have more wins that you can celebrate. So in conclusion, okay, I'm gonna go back over the lessons one more time, over the 27 lessons one more time. Number 1, dream big. Number 2, take action. Number 3, find mentors. Number 4, ask a lot of questions. Number 5, change your environment. Number 6, get educated. Number 7, reach back and help. Number 8, be grateful. Number 9, be okay with failure. Number 10, change how you think. Number 11, find opportunity. Number 12, ask for feedback. Number 13, apply the information. Number 14, get around the community. Number 15, create a plan. Number 16, find your passion. Number 17, focus. Number 18, be consistent. Number 19, take a break. Number 20, take calculated risk. Number 21, have fun. Number 22, take a lot of notes. Number 23, put yourself out there. Number 24, plan while celebrating 27 years on this earth. Man, it's been incredible. This has been phenomenal. I just went live for 90 minutes. And this was the most impactful video that I ever made, because it's the lessons that I've learned over the last 27 years. So this has been great. Let me know your biggest takeaway from the 27 lessons that I've learned. I love to engage with it. In addition to that, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe, so you can get reminders of how to become better. Just remember that failure is knowledge. Hello. You're not a failure. You're gaining the knowledge, because failure is knowledge. Click the following video right here to watch my videos on how to personally develop within yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.